Join me now is Mike Bearden with Bank of the Ozarks. He knows a thing or two about mortgages. Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it.
Let's talk about what's going on in the current housing market in Arkansas right now. We're seeing obviously some improved numbers from a year ago and even 2 years ago. Why are things getting better?
I think it's a couple of reasons. People have woken up and they realize my life is good. I've got a job, stable. Interest rates are so low. And prices are static. They're not going up or down much. They fix to go up. It's time to buy a house. And that first home buyer that buys the $150,000 house doesn't take that much to qualify for it, just decent credit. That guy can buy the $250,000 house, the seller. A seller on that one can buy the $350,000. And it makes a huge difference.
So just a domino effect is kind of what we're
huge.
seeing.
I've got deals now, there'll be 3 loans in a row. One of them messes up. Everybody's messed up past it, but it's just amazing.
Now, you mentioned that there are these price ranges where we're seeing some things. When we look at some of just the statewide data, we do see that the average home price does seem to be trending a little bit higher. Is that good or bad?
I think it's good. I think we never had a big shoot up in value, a big boom, so therefore we never had a big drop in general. Certain parts of the states did, certain areas did. But really, we haven't had a big falling out. I think we had people just step back and say, I'm going to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait a little bit to see how things are. And I think they're waking up. I've got people calling me now that like rates have been what they are for months, and they just figured it out. Just realized that rates are low.
Yeah.
And it makes a big difference.
We also, too, we're entering the spring season, which is typically towards the end of the school years when a lot of people start making their shifts, start making their moves. What are you seeing in terms of just kind of advanced material there?
I've seen in the last 30 days probably, most of the agents I deal with that are full-time working agents can't talk to all the people they're trying to talk to. There's not a lot of inventory out there. That's a lot of the problem, in Little Rock particularly. A lot of the inventory, maybe a house is stale. It's had a wrong price on it for a year. Nobody's looking at it anymore. So if you put your house up, I had an occasion the other day, a lady in West Little Rock, in a nice neighborhood, nothing special, but a nice neighborhood, put the sign out, the realtor at 5 o'clock. 6:30 had a full price offer. That was the right price, and the house was right. And I had one the other day, put a house up in Midland in Hillcrest, low 300s, put his own sign in the yard. 20 minutes later, we're calling, he sold the house that night.
Full price? Wow.
Yeah.
So there's not as much inventory on the market as you would expect or that there needs to be? You think demand is greater?
Yeah, I think there needs to be more. Some of the houses on there, houses have been on there for a year. They're not priced right. They're not going to sell. Some of the foreclosures have gotten kind of worked out too. They're gone. So a lot of those are taken care of. But I think a lot of people have just been waiting. And they're seeing that people are out there buying now. Maybe it's time to sell my house. And you get the natural spring, get to look at houses.
Right. What about new construction? This has been an area where we have seen a whole lot of softness in the market ever since basically the recession. I did an interview with Ray Dillon, head of Deltic Timber Company, not too long ago, and he talked about the fact that he's seeing more spec home construction going on. Are you seeing that too?
Yeah, our construction people are busy. I think what happened 4 and 5, 6 years ago, if you or I walked in the bank, I want to build some spec houses, they loaned you the money. We don't need to do that. So now, we've got quite a bit going on. It's real builders, which are better for the marketplace. They do a better job, they price the house right, they do business. You or I don't know what to do then, and we're going to mess up every time. And you've got to be stronger to get a construction loan now than 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot stronger.
And as you indicated, there were probably a lot of people in the spec home business that shouldn't have been in the spec home business.
It didn't need to be. You know, some of the subdivisions around town have restricted the number of builders to a certain number of builders. It's been good for them. It helps the market.
So if I were to ask you, are we in a housing rebound now, a home sales rebound? Would you say yes, no, or maybe?
Yes. I told a realtor friend the other day, years from now we'll be retired, we're going to be talking about what 13 was. How busy 13 was. What
It's
a
the
big
breakout year.
I really think it is. There's a lot of demand. People have been, You know, if you're at the point where you need a bigger house, or you want a bigger house, and you've been waiting, and all of a sudden, all these factors come together: low rates, good prices, good work, your job's good. It's time. I've always, and a lot of it is, I've seen more people, first home buyers now. You know, when you're a renter, an old realtor taught me the business years ago. When you're a renter, she says, you got stuff. You can replace it all tomorrow. Cars, boats, campers, four-wheelers. But when you've got a house, you got something. And you start making better job decisions. You don't quit your job unless you got a better job. And it changes your life. It really does. You remember your first house you bought? You walked in the door, you felt like, I got something. It's great for the economy.
All right, he's Mike Bearden with Bank of the Ozarks. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm Roby Brock. We'll be back next time. Thanks for watching.